Welcome to lesson 9 here, where we're going to be building out a little bit of a contact section here, and then finally our custom domain so we can finally deploy this website and get it live. Let's jump in. This is the current website up to this point. We got the newsletter right here. I'm going to add a little bit of a contact section here purely for the purpose of showing you how to do a contact section. For my actual live website, I won't have a contact section. It will just be like this little contact button that you'll see right here in my footer. Therefore, this lesson is going to be less user interface focused and more focused on functionality of the contact widget. And the way I'm going to show you in this video is going to be a very cost-effective way where you're not have to use any external providers, but it's still going to be a nice little cool addition to your website. Sound good? Let's run it. You already know the process here. Whatever you plan on doing, make sure to create a separate JS and CSS file for that context. So in views here, I'm just going to do contact.js, context.css. Let me go ahead and just build out a little bit of a UI here, and then I'll show you how to do it functionality-wise. Built out a really simple user interface here. You're going to learn two major things here: how to reference older code to create new UI, and then on top of that, how to have a message sent to you. Let's do it. Now, before I show you the code and how I got to the point I'm about to show you, let me explain what we're about to do right now. So instead of using and relying on external parties to send the email, we're going to rely on the user's system. What I mean by that is applications that are already built within their system to mail emails. So watch this. User comes to site. User wants to send us a message. Hey, I'm really feeling like some corned beef hash. User comes down here and hits send message. This will automatically pre-fill our contact email. On top of that, this will automatically put the message they put on our website. Let's find out how we did it. First thing you'll notice is that the contact section UI is similar to the newsletter UI. To do this, I simply said, going to provide you code just as reference, then ask what I want to do. Provided the entire JS of the newsletter CTA and the entire CSS. Once provided here, then I simply did this. Use similar structure and UI, but this is going to be for contact.js and contact.css. This will be a contact section. We need two parts: input box for the message and submit button. In addition, I provided the relevant email this will be submitted to. So this would be my contact@webcafeai.com. And then finally, we want to pre-fill this draft email with the message they provide on our website. Provided all that. And what was super cool is that it just gave me all the code. And I was literally able to get the entire JS. So I copied the JS, paste it over, copy the CSS, paste it over. And from what you see, very similar UI. And then on top of that, functionality-wise, it was able to do everything that I showed earlier. Keep in mind, you can edit certain variables. For example, the subject, I have contact from Web Cafe. That's changeable. The body is the message from the user. And everything works here functionally. And we don't have to pay an external provider in order to do said type of functionality. Now, if you want to pay a provider, just reference my earlier lesson, lesson 8 here, where I showed you how to connect external API documentations to your web application. That's what it's going to require here. It's going to require another webhook in order to send that data to wherever you want to send it in the relevant context. For now, though, we're good to go here. So I'm going to go ahead and delete these two files here because I'm not going to have a contact section on my website. And I'm going to push this, man. This is good to go. We have completed our website. Now let's go ahead and deploy this and then add a custom domain. Coming all the way back to our cheat sheet here. Remember, in order to deploy, first we need to be logged into Firebase. Firebase login, Firebase log out, etc. With good practice, let's go and start. We're going to say Firebase log out. Boom. Here we go. I'm going to enter a couple times here, and then we'll go and make this a little bit bigger, y'all. Then we're going to do Firebase login. Enter. We're going to say Y. Choose the relevant email. Which email is it, Corbin? Come back here. Notice the logout email, if I find it real quick, was contact@webcafeai.com. Scroll down. This is where we have our Firebase project. Choose the correct one. Make sure to hit allow, and you should get this message. Once you get that message, you're good to go. Now let's go ahead and deploy this. Remember, in order to deploy, we need to build the front end and then build the back end. So we're going to do npm run build. We're going to do Firebase deploy. What I usually like to do is simply just copy both lines here and then paste them into terminal. Paste. And let's see if it works. First, we're building the front end. Now we are deploying the hosting. And here we go. Pretty good, y'all. It published to my live website link here, which is a web app link. And we're going to go here. We're almost done. What I want to do now is make that link up there a custom domain. To do so, let's come back to our Firebase console here. I'll zoom in a little bit here, and we're going to go to hosting. Once we're in hosting, what you'll also notice is that it's going to show you the most current release that you pushed from your local code. So right now, obviously, that just happened right now, 922. Here, though, we're going to simply hit add custom domain. And actually, before I do this, I need to disconnect this domain from my Webflow site. So let me go and do that. First thing I'm going to do is unpublish. Bye-bye, Webflow. Unpublish. The next thing I'm going to do is come to Palantir. Oh, yeah. We are done. We are done, y'all. So let me go over here. I don't need the $18. Oh, yeah. Don't worry. Oh, we're going to confirm. We're for sure going to confirm. What is your reason for downgrading? It's too expensive. This site should be free. Downgrade site plan. Not going to lie, y'all. That felt really good. I completely eliminated a business cost indefinitely from our website. Let's proceed. Now, if I come to the domain, it's a 404 because for obvious reasons, we disconnected it. Now, once you disconnect from whatever your provider is, go wherever you purchased the domain. So for me, it was originally Google domains, but obviously they got bought out by Squarespace. Squarespace bought all the domains from Google. Don't know why. Therefore, we're going to go here, and what's relevant to us is the DNS. So we're going to go to DNS. So for obvious reasons, some of this I'm going to have to blur out. But for me, what do I care about? I want to delete the stuff that's relevant to my previous hosting provider. So in this context, it was Webflow. So this Webflow right here, bye-bye, delete. This Webflow right here, bye-bye, delete. You might be asking, Corbin, which ones do I know to delete, not to delete? Do Command F. For me, you'll just be putting Webflow, Command F, and then I'll find all the different areas that Webflow said. I want to delete all of it. So now within my DNS settings here, I search Webflow, nothing shows up. Therefore, let's come back to Firebase here and put in our domain. We'll put webcafeai.com, continue. Some of this will be blurred out for obvious reasons, but what you need to do is simply follow the directions. So you either have the option of quick setup or advanced. I'm going to do quick setup. And what it's telling me to do is to provide these relevant documents in my DNS. And then it wants me to remove those documents from my DNS. Here is what's relevant, and here's what you need to care about. Record type, host, value. In your DNS, you're going to go to the section that has custom records, add record. Click add record. I'll go ahead and walk through one together, and then you can proceed with the others. Remember, type. This is where we are choosing the type for our record. Coming back over here, this is the record type. That's where you set the record. So for example, for this one, record type is A. Therefore here I choose A. Now since the host is webcafeai.com, the way we reference that in DNS is just at, e.g. at. That's it. That's how you reference the URL you're using within your logic. Next, you provide the value here. So in this context, IP address, provide that. That is found in the Firebase record. I'll simply paste it here and hit save, and then do the same for the rest. If you have any issues there or need help, I encourage you to open up ChatGPT chat, screenshot everything you need to screenshot the DNS settings, screenshot the Firebase, ask, how do I do this step by step, and it will help you step by step. Leverage artificial intelligence in this context. Let me go ahead and add the rest of my DNS records, show you how to check whether or not it's working, and proceed. Once you successfully connected the domain, this could take up to 24 to 48 hours. Therefore, you could see this message right here. From my experience, this could take a couple hours all the way down to a couple minutes. Currently, I'm in the process of minting my certificates. Because I don't know how long this is going to take, I'm just going to show you an example of a custom domain I've done in the past for tubestamps.com. What you'll notice is that once you're connected, you hit those three ellipses and you hit edit. From here, simply click serve traffic from this domain and save. Once you do that, it should start serving traffic to our custom domain. I'm going to make sure I leave a guide in the description down below that's going to help you with this process as well. And on top of that, what I suggest you to do, if you run into roadblocks, take that guide, copy the entire thing, paste it into a ChatGPT chat and be like, hey, I'm running into issues. What happened? Other than that, congratulations. Make sure to check out the last lesson here where I'm going to go over in depth what I plan on doing next. Good guidelines, good practices when it comes to development. But yeah, it's over, y'all. We have successfully deployed a web application. I don't have to pay Webflow anymore. Where is that $18 going towards now, Corbin? I don't know. Maybe like an extra coffee on a Sunday or an extra coffee on a Monday. Check out that final lesson as I tell you what I plan on doing next and what I plan on building next and showing you how to build, as it'll be pretty cool. Without further ado, I'll see you in the next video.